As part of Connecticut's 350th anniversary, Connecticut Public Radio invites you to reflect on the events that have shaped and continue to shape life in our state. Remembering Connecticut, J. Henry Roraback, Republican boss. In 1934, a national magazine ran an article entitled, "Who Owns Connecticut?" Here is the author's answer.
J. Henry Roraback controls both houses of the General Assembly, dictates to the governor, and manipulates the other executive and administrative officials as he sees fit. Judgeships in the town and city courts are the spoils of political deals, and at times even positions on the bench of the Superior Court have been the reward for service rendered.
Roraback achieved what no one else in Connecticut ever had. He used the political party system to concentrate power in the hands of one person. How did this small-town lawyer from Litchfield County amass such influence? Roraback's political career began in the 1890s in the town of North Canaan. His unquestioned skills at sizing up the electorate, fitting candidates and campaigns to the voters' wants, and adroitly exercising the powers of office, propelled his rise through the ranks of the Republican Party. In 1912, he was elected chairman of the Republican State Central Committee and promptly transformed this post from a largely ceremonial one to the most powerful office in the state. Key to this power was the system provided for in the state's old Constitution, which had given the same number of seats to small towns, where Republicans were elected most often, as it did to the larger Democrat-controlled cities. As a result, the legislature was dominated by the Republican Party throughout the first half of the 20th century and fell under Roraback's control. Every day, an aide would bring the pending bills to Roraback's office and would then return to the Capitol with his instructions. The machine also controlled the governorship during the 1920s, but even when the popular Democrat Wilbur Cross was elected in 1930, Roraback's hold on the state did not slacken. Cross had pledged not to reappoint Joseph Alsop, a Roraback ally, to the Public Utility Commission.
Governor Cross called into conference Harry Mackenzie, the right-hand man of Mr. Roraback. The governor was told that he could have nothing whatever, that the Republican General Assembly would strip him of his powers, and that his nominations for public office would not be confirmed until he reappointed Mr. Alsop. The governor haggled, dickered, and begged, but Mr. Mackenzie was adamant. Days went by. The governor's power to appoint the lower court judges was taken away. Then he surrendered.
Roraback's reign was also notable for its friendliness to utility companies. One of these, Connecticut Light and Power, was actually owned by Roraback himself. According to his harshest critic, attorney Albert Levitt,
the practical result of this domination by the light and power interests is that the people have been filched of millions of dollars in unreasonable rates and in the avoidance of tax payments.
Such a tax remained outside the mainstream of political discussion, however, as Roraback's power no doubt made his opponents think twice about confronting him openly. But Roraback also benefited from a well-deserved reputation as a competent administrator who demanded the best efforts from people on the public payroll. He brought efficient management to the growing state bureaucracy, and no one objected to his strong sense of discipline, only that it was exercised for the benefit of a limited group, notably business interests. Nonetheless, his most important legacy was political, not economic. He demonstrated how near total control of state government by one person could be established through the electoral system. When an editorial writer summarized Roraback's career in harsh terms, it was his influence on the entire public agenda, and not the fortune he amassed, that the author saw as most significant.
Roraback did not participate in petty corruption. Rather than stealing small things, he stole the entire state of Connecticut.